Okay, welcome back, everyone. I'm going to explain to you how to evaluate negative exponents. And like I said in an earlier video, negative exponents are a little bit more tricky than zero exponents. So we're going to use a similar table like we did before, but we're going to use this to explain kind of what negative exponents are doing, okay? So negative exponents, basically talk about when the exponent is negative, okay? And you might think that when you have a negative exponent, your answer is going to be negative, but that's not actually what's happening. And we could do this with any bases. I just choose 2 because 2 is relatively easy to evaluate. So like 2 to the first power we know is 2. 2 to the second power is 4. 2 to the third power is 8, and so on. So when we go this direction, we are multiplying by 2, okay? And we talked about this before. So when we go the other direction in our table, we're going to be dividing by 2. So maybe you can see what's going to happen here. Remember, we talked about 2 to the 0 power is 1. So when we go this direction, we're not going to get a negative. It's actually going to be 1, because 8 divided by 2 is 4. 4 divided by 2 is 1. 1 divided by 2 is 1/2, okay? 1 over 2. So what I'm going to do down here is I'm going to write in a little bit different way, okay? So 2 to the negative second power would be 1/2 divided by 2. Well, 1/2 divided by 2 is 1/4, okay? So another way of thinking about 1/2 is 1 over 2 to the first power, okay? 1/4 is 1 over 2 to the second power. All right, now let's work this way. What's 1/4 divided by 2? Well, 1/4 divided by 2 is going to be 1/8, which is 1 over 2 cubed, okay? So 2 cubed is 8. That's where the 8 comes from. So it's 1 over 8. 2 squared is 4, so it's 1 over 4. So this is what's happening with negative exponents. It's not getting negative, it's just getting smaller. So the next one would be 1/16 and 1/32 and 1/64. It keeps getting cut in half and gets smaller and smaller and smaller until, I mean, it won't reach 0, but it keeps getting smaller, okay? So how can we kind of generalize this rule into like a property, okay? The negative exponent property, the property says this: for any number a and integer n, this is what's going to be true. A to the negative nth power, which is a weird thing to say, negative nth power, equals 1 over a to the positive nth power. So basically, a to the negative nth equals the reciprocal of a to the positive nth. So if you remember, to find the reciprocal of something, you just put that number under 1. So the reciprocal of, let's say, 5 is 1/5, or the reciprocal of 7 is 1/7, or the reciprocal of 2/3 is 3 over 2, okay? So I think what will help is to see some examples of this.